What's up, guys? Today I am here in my dad's shop. He's gonna help me out installing these new Ciro3D adjustable highway pegs. I've been just using my crash bar, but in order to avoid scratching that up, I thought this would be a great product to install for any longer trips that we have. And I think it'd be cool to get my dad in a few clips to help me out installing these. So I'm gonna install these and give you a full review. I'll show you what comes with the product and I'll let you know what I think. All right, so I have yet to open these. I'm gonna open them with you guys. Ciro3D has a bunch of different products. One of their most common products, I feel like, are these highway pegs. They allow you to keep all of your components, like your crash bar. Oh, it's all one. Very nice packaging, very protective packaging, which is great to see. So in the box, the first box that you get is the actual peg mounts that will mount to the frame. Comes with a set of directions. And then the other package are the actual highway pegs. So once we have the mounts all bolted on, we'll throw these on and I'll open those with you guys and also install those. For now, let's get into figuring out how to install these. Before I start this install, I have to call in some reinforcements.
All right, what's up?
Guys, we have to install these new Ciro3D frame-mounted adjustable highway peg mounts. Can you help me with that?
I'll be the cameraman. You gotta pop.
I'll be the redneck.
Hey. Is this? Thank God I have reinforcements.
Hey man, hold the light. Hold the light.
Hell yeah, brother.
You like it?
Yeah.
Line it up. So this has to go in on the front side. Line it up with the Allen wrench, and then you'll put Loctite and put that bolt in the front. Then push that in, and then put the bolt after Eric lines everything up. Yeah. Are you tight to your tank?
Well, it is extremely humid out here. I am so ready for fall weather. It's not even funny. Well, I have had about a week to test out the Ciro3D highway peg mounts. We were back and forth from Delaware to Ocean City. And then the following weekend, this past weekend, we rode 3.5 hours to Brooklyn, New York for the Indian Larry block party. If you haven't already, go check that video out. And then 3.5 hours back to Baltimore. So it's about 200 miles to Brooklyn, 200, 400. It's about 400, say about 640 miles, roughly. A little more than that, because we did some riding around Ocean City also. Anyway, regardless, I have gotten to put these things to use. I don't have anything bad to say about them. To start, I will say one thing that I really like about them is their sturdiness. They do not budge. No matter how much pressure I put on them, no matter what position my feet are in, if I stretch my legs out completely, they don't move. One thing I do remember when I first bought this bike, I had just a stock engine guard on it, and I threw on highway pegs onto that. They always moved. It didn't matter how tight they were. It didn't matter what position they were in. I just felt like when I applied some pressure to kind of stretch my legs out, they immediately moved. So not sure if it was the peg that I was using, how they were installed, I don't know. But I just know that these highway pegs do not budge. Even though they are adjustable, I didn't notice any looseness or movement in them. They stayed in the position that I needed them to stay in. The other thing I can say about them is that they are definitely a great solution for someone that doesn't want to use their crash bar or their engine guard. For me, I'm around 5'8", so my engine guard, it worked, but it wasn't the most comfortable position. I really had to stretch out to use it, and also I don't want to scratch that up. So these mounts are just a great alternative for those looking for different riding positions, especially if you do longer distance trips. I could position myself in a way where my legs were completely stretched out and my knees were locked. And I could also just rest my legs outward, and that was also a comfortable riding position. Overall, I think they're a great solution for individuals that are looking to do longer distances. You're definitely able to let your legs relax and stretch out, which is awesome for those longer rides. I think another thing that's really neat about these highway pegs is that you can interchange the actual peg that you use. So if you do decide to install the highway peg mounts, you can use whatever highway peg you'd like. Now, Ciro3D has a very large variety of highway pegs that work with these mounts, but I could very easily get the P54 highway pegs from Thrashin to match my entire setup and also install those using these same mounts. So I think that's really neat. I'll definitely be keeping these on the bike. I think they flow with the style of the bike pretty well. I was worried that they would stick out a little too much, but I don't mind it. I think they look pretty good, honestly. The only negative thing I guess I could say, I don't know if this happens with anyone else, when my feet are in this position, whether they're on the crash bar or they're stretched out on the highway pegs, my shirt tends to blow up a lot, and I can't stand that. I get so overstimulated when that happens. So that is one negative thing. It's not the highway pegs themselves, it's just the position that my feet are in and the airflow as I'm riding. So that gets a little annoying, but I have started wearing my leather vest on top so that doesn't happen. But yeah, it's just the way that your legs are positioned and the airflow, it just throws my shirt right up. The solution to that is just tuck the shirt in or wear something tighter or wear a vest over top. So that's been my only con. But like I said, that's any time that I ride with my legs outward like that. I don't have anything else negative to say about it. I think it's a great product. Like I said, a great solution. It's very rugged, very sturdy. I love that about that because they do not move no matter how much weight or pressure you put on them when you're riding. As far as the install goes, the install took us about 1 to 2 hours. I had some help from my dad and Eric, thankfully. I think if you were working on a lift, it's definitely a much simpler install. had all the hardware that I needed. Everything fit how it was supposed to fit. I didn't have to take my floorboards off or my brake pedal, which is a plus. Make sure you guys go check out Ciro3D's website. Like I said, they have a plethora of accessories for your bike. I think one of their most unique products are these frame mounted highway pegs, but they also offer any accessory that you can think of, from cup holders to lighting accessories, anything you can think of accessory wise for your Harley or your Indian. Great company, great brand, great customer service. So make sure you guys go check that out. And let me know in the comments if there's any products that you're interested in or looking at or might be in your cart. I'd love to know your guys' feedback, if you might be interested in putting these to use or what you guys think. And I will catch you in the next one.